guys, how's it going? I'm KW Simpson, top of the morning to you laddies.
Oh my god, I was watching Jacksepticeye before I did this. You go, because I'm the guest.
Alright, I am Lucas Overmyer.
And I'm Sarah Lauffenburger, I'm the guest.
And this is Bronco 411.
Showdown.
Welcome to UCentral News. I'm Caitlin Ogle.
I'm Dylan Brown.
I'm the other one.
So yeah, today we're going to be going over this weekend. This weekend's going to be pretty big because BlizzCon's going on.
Yeah.
Do you guys know about that?
Yes.
Actually, I didn't until an hour ago, but now I do.
Oh yeah, that's because of me. You're
yeah,
welcome.
obviously. It's apparently a really big deal because like 27,000 people went last year.
27,000?
27,000. And with all the stuff that's been going on, I feel like it's going to be even more packed.
I always hear that like they have just like limited space available and like tickets are like outrageously priced.
Like $150.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really insanely priced. But from what I hear, you do get a lot of awesome giveaway stuff.
Oh,
You'll get a
true.
lot of just free swag from different people who are giving out like not really computer parts. They'll give you like computer accessories. It's like, oh hey, have our branded stuff. Buy all NVIDIA, buy all this, and they just really want you to have their brand. Like people will try to like sell you everything there.
It's
So
true.
they give away that stuff? Like video cards and stuff?
No, sometimes they will do giveaways. I've heard about that, but I don't think they've done it recently. My friend actually did get a video card about 3 years ago.
Maybe they do like live auctions or something.
Well, anyways, yeah, BlizzCon's going on.
Did you wait? In other news, did you guys see the Winston skin in Overwatch? That's BlizzCon 2017.
I didn't see that.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen it.
he has a new
look it up.
skin, and Winston has a new skin, and it's BlizzCon 2017, and it's blue, black, and gold, and it's freaking awesome. It says Blizz in the front, and it was pretty cool. I don't play Overwatch, but I know everything about it.
Overwatch is a guilty pleasure.
I need to get into it so bad. I'm just poor. I'm a college kid.
It's
to get by.
fun when you're not trying to play competitive.
But Mama please to win.
I need you on my team then. I'm horrible at Overwatch.
I'm okay.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I need to play. I'm in love with the new Halloween skin for Zenyatta, the Cthulhu.
Yeah.
I think that's freaking amazing.
Is this it?
Yeah, that's it.
There it is. Yeah, me in the future. Put this on.
You don't have to say that.
Oh, I have to, because... Oh, yeah. No, this is all live. Didn't you guys know?
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what the Blizz... That's what the,
it's pretty cool. He's got like
Winston
white
skin looks
hair.
like. I love it. It's so that you have to pay to get into BlizzCon in order to get that.
I don't know. I actually really don't know.
Okay, YouTube video, stop. Stop.
Yeah, but I saw that and I thought it was really cool. Apparently, it like made a big splash. So.
Okay, so,
Well, while we're on the topic of Overwatch, there's some rumors that during BlizzCon they're going to announce the new hero, which they've been really tight-lipped about everything they've
I
been
totally
doing.
know which one it is, though.
are you
Yeah?
kidding?
I definitely know.
We just came out with Doomfist.
That
They are
was
totally
a few months
doing
ago.
the Junkertown Queen. There's been
Junker
so
what?
many.
There's
oh my
been
god.
a lot of rumor speculation, but they've been a little more tight-lipped about this in the past than they were over Sombra and over Doomfist. They really teased those
They
way
really
ahead.
did.
Doomfist to the time where it was like,
The very first like animated short had him.
yeah, it was. What was it? It was months and months out before
Mhm.
they actually released Doomfist.
They've been showing us like they've been talking about her and mentioned her in the Infiltration short, and there's like posters in the new Junkertown stage, and there's posters of her, and I guess maybe that's concept art or whatever. She looks freaking awesome, but yeah, I totally speculate that she's gonna be the new release character.
I haven't played Overwatch in so long.
I've never played Overwatch. Get on my level.
How are you like so into this game but you never play
I
it?
am a fan of lore. I love lore.
Then why don't you play Overwatch? Buy it! Play
I'm
it!
a poor kid.
The game has a lot to offer lore-wise. There's just so much into it, and how they've always released their characters. They tease so much, and they put like all these like for Sombra they did this whole augmented reality.
I love Sombra.
Like, I don't want to say game, but it was just a thing you could do that was just so involved with the community. People were scavenging websites, doing data mining. They were checking out code,
Oh,
looking
yeah,
for the
I
smallest
remember
things
that.
to find out. Just a trailer, just like even get a screen cap. Or just a line of text for like, when's this character coming out? What are they gonna do? Like, it's really fun to be involved in that. Even if you're not
Yeah.
actually playing the game, just the community has so much to offer with
It's
that.
true.
I thought it was
That's
really
why I
cool.
like it.
I thought it was really cool that Blizzard was like going so deep into that. It'd be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna hide this here just to see if they actually got it. People got it.
Mhm.
Like they hit that in code. People had to go through like, I wonder what the code looks like. Maybe there's something. Oh my god, what's this?
One of the craziest things that still blows my mind is during the summer games, they did for Overwatch when they had a Tracer. She was running, going over a hurdle. Her little like streak that she was leaving behind had code in
Oh, I
it.
remember that.
Like it was the craziest thing. It was such an involved process.
You
and
had to
I
like
love
freeze
this.
frame that stuff.
Yeah,
That
you had to
was
freeze frame and
crazy.
enhance the video. You
I
had to
love
like
it.
look for it, but people
Oh my
were
God.
like, they found it right away and
Hey,
dug
me in the
into
future,
it.
put
Their
this up,
attention
see
to
if we can
detail
find it.
is amazing. Like their animated shorts is actually what made me fall in love with the Overwatch. Isn't that weird? It's such a weird way to get into
It's
it.
very cinematic.
It's very
Yeah.
cinematic. I'm a film major. Well, film major. Whatever. I'm a filmmaker. And I love that stuff. Like, that was so appealing to me. So I love their attention to detail. It's amazing.
Well, I'd really just like to see I
More
know like
animated shorts? Me too.
that too. I'd also like to see just more like single player content. I really like the lore of Overwatch, and I feel like a lot of people do. And like single player content is like what gets me. But I know like Blizzard was like, oh no, we're not gonna make this single player. This is a purely multiplayer experience.
Yeah.
So I understand that. I do like the co-op experience though, although sometimes it can get pretty toxic. Like what they did with the Junkenstein monster, like the Halloween event, that was pretty cool. I like to play through
I
that.
forgot.
That was a lot of fun. And I really enjoyed playing through. I hope they do like more stuff like that. Honestly,
I heard what Blizzard had in mind when they made Overwatch was they just wanted to make a game that was just fun for everybody. So it makes
it's turned into the exact opposite.
No, seriously, like they made a game and they put so much money into it and it like tanked. And so they're like, let's just make a game that's fun because that one apparently wasn't. And so it would make sense that it's a fun multiplayer game. I don't know if they'll ever go into single player stuff, but it would be cool.
That'd be really
Don't they
cool
have
to
like
see that.
a comic book series to kind of like talk about the characters
They do.
individually?
They do.
It
Yeah,
turned
so
out
that
that
helps.
Tracer is actually lesbian
Mm-hmm.
or bisexual. No, she's lesbian.
You know what? I had a feeling.
People were angry about that too.
Are you serious?
People
That's
were very
great.
angry
She's
because
so
they're like,
cute.
"Oh my god, being politically correct in a video game series." I swear to
That's
God.
adorable.
And isn't it that
I thought Sombra
Symmetra,
was.
isn't she autistic?
No,
Symmetra?
no, it's the oh my god, what's her name? She's the ice one.
May?
May is autistic, and that was the best.
That's it.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm a big part of the
nice.
autism community, and when I saw that, I was like, yes, preach for my people. Like I was so into it. I was so into it. I loved it. I was like, Joy, you will not believe this. There's
Preach for my people.
there's an autistic character, and it's not a horror game. It was so great.
Autistic people in horror games.
Oh my god, yeah. There's so many of those.
I didn't know that.
So
They're
many.
usually the villains, aren't they?
They're usually the villains or just like a creepy aspect about it, like the story, like there's this story
Oh,
about the autistic kid that
guys.
had weird occurrences,
no,
and like it's
guys.
always horror based.
Oh, it's kind of. It almost reminds me of the show. This is a little off topic, but was it Mr. Robot, where the kind of main character is autistic, but in the same way he's very easily manipulated and kind of
Really?
being. I don't know. He's sort of a bad guy.
I don't know. The Good Doctor's a new autistic one.
Yeah, it's
That's-
Mr.
Oh, yeah,
Robot.
that's
Basically,
pretty
he's
good.
a computer hacker who's trying to like help take down the government.
Hey,
Ooh,
guys,
He's manipulated
Sombra
because
meets
he's-
Ron Swanson.
You
Yeah.
guys, you know what else is pretty cool? Video games.
Yes.
Sorry.
Why did that get me?
I have like a switch here. If you guys can see.
Yeah,
see
you need.
this.
Yeah.
I have a switch here, and I have to technical direct, so this is kind of fun.
Breaking
You
the
should
fourth wall.
definitely keep
Breaking
it
the
on this
profile.
for a while.
Hey, no, this is all recorded live professionally. There's about 5 of the people behind the cameras. As you can't see it, but like, hey, say hi, everybody. I swear to God, why do we pay you?
Mm.
Anyways,
That's a big reason why I'm a poor college student.
So Overwatch,
yeah, let's
multiplayer
keep talking
base.
about
They're
Overwatch.
probably. I don't know what they're gonna do. They've released like so much stuff.
Are you talking about the characters again? I just told you, Junkertown Queen.
Who is she?
She's
Can
the
we find
queen
an
of
image? I'm
Junkertown.
going to find
So
an image.
Junkertown is like this place, I guess, where like some people escaped the war. I don't know terribly a lot about Overwatch. And so she's the queen of that area. She's anti-Omnic and she just owns the zone. That's all I know about her. She hates Junkrat and Warhog.
I
Or
see Queen
Roadhog.
of
Roadhog.
Roadhog.
That's the word. She hates them, which is why they got kicked out in Infiltration. But yeah, she looks cool. If you can find some of the posters of her, she looks so cute. Like she would be my go-to.
Let's see if I can find her.
She's cute. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Only a few times.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
She's so cute.
Sarah.
What?
Is she cute?
She's so cute. Look at her.
Okay,
Me
yeah.
and her got the braid thing going.
Me in the future put this up.
Look, isn't she cute?
Look
Yeah.
at that stuff.
She's so cute.
Look at all those braids.
Have a
and
counter every
spikes.
time I say cute. She's so
It's
cute.
like Mad Max, but it's Maxine.
She's really awesome looking.
They probably aren't going to focus on or at least announce any type of co-op stuff anytime soon, but there might be a Christmas themed event, hopefully,
Oh,
which
that'd be
I think would be
I
really
mean,
cool.
that'd be
I
cool.
really
They
like the
probably do
co-op
like
stuff.
a holiday event because if
Yeah.
they did Christmas, then everyone else will be mad.
Well, have you also heard about like what they're doing to like griefers or like people who are toxic in the community? Like
Are they shutting them
they're
down?
shutting them down.
Yeah.
Like,
How?
really, really hard.
How?
They're banning them.
Yep.
They're
How
not
do they
taking,
find out?
They're not taking any credit.
they
Basically,
listening?
through people reporting and stuff like that. It's,
Cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
And from like history of like,
That's
hey,
gonna get rid
you
of,
seem
like-
to drop out of matches a lot if your team starts losing. You seem to be really negative towards other players.
Ooh.
You seem to really just be a troll and hurting your team more than anything.
Yeah.
Did you say a troll hole? 'Cause
Yeah.
That's
The
great.
troll hole.
No, I didn't say troll. I just said troll.
That
You have to pay the troll toll to get into. Okay, anyways.
What? That's really cool. That's totally gonna like. They start implementing that, and next thing you know, no one plays the game anymore.
That's what people are saying. Like everybody who gets like who gets free or banned, and like they all get help post.
No,
It's-
it'll be fine.
This is so horrible. Why can't people just take?
Let's
a
be
joke?
real. The
I
only
swear
people
to
who are
God.
complaining about this are the Counter-Strike players.
That's true. Oh, that's the worst community ever.
What?
Counter Strike,
Help.
Global Offensive.
Oh, it's
Oh.
it's this made by Valve. Like
Yeah.
it's the most toxic community. You think
It's
it's
so
bad on
bad.
Overwatch for people will like
Oh,
drop in and out when they start losing, or they'll
Mhm.
think they'll complain 24/7.
Are these,
Counter-Strike is 10 times worse than that.
It's that the club.
The club.
It's like a club for that.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hate it.
Well, any multiplayer game, honestly, League of Legends is also a really good example
Wow,
of like a
it's-
really bad community.
We accept all
Yes.
fandoms as long as you are irritable and like.
Speaking of, I played that game for so long. I did competitive up until like their season 5, and I can't
You're
play it
joking.
anymore.
me.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
You were a big.
I was
didn't know
huge
that.
in
What?
the league.
Oh,
Wow.
League. Okay.
Yeah, I
Um,
was really big in League of Legends up until maybe about a couple of years ago. I just had to stop playing it.
Wow.
You were that addicted.
Every guy I talked to played that game.
Yeah, I played
And I
that
still
all from
don't know
about
what it is.
freshman year up until maybe about a couple of years ago. It ruined my life.
Oh no. How about we don't get into that? No, I played League once and I sucked at it, and like I couldn't handle people yelling at me. So I don't like it when people yell at me when I play games. That doesn't help me.
Oh, it's
I still-
terrible. Even
I
if you're not
still
wearing
really
a
don't know
headset,
what it
people will
is.
just be typing at you, being like, "You suck. Stop playing. Carry better." And it's just like I am literally doing everything I can. Like no one can like accept the fact that somebody else on their team is better than you.
Jealousy is a
It's just-
sickness. Get
yeah.
well soon.
That and more expletives that we cannot say here.
Oh yeah.
Way more that we cannot say here.
Yeah, we're good children.
But yeah, Overwatch is still not nearly as bad as League of Legends or Counter Strike, but it
Oh,
does
yeah,
have a
no,
fairly
it's not.
toxic aspect to it.
It does. And
Mhm.
like
Well, I think people have a fairly toxic aspect.
well, you
about
put that you put that in anonymity, and not anonymous, but like in the sense that it's a descriptive word. I know English.
And then the me.
And then
The me.
anonymity.
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 Oh.
You put that over somebody. It's like a veil, and then you get the worst out of
Oh,
the
it's
worst.
true.
People.
It's so
Mhm.
true.
Okay,
Like people can hide their shame behind that computer screen.
so like back to BlizzCon.
Oh, okay.
We veered off topic because I want to move on to my game.
Wow.
World of Warcraft.
Wow.
I know almost nothing about WoW, but other than I really want to play it.
Well, let me tell you. I love doing this. This is fun. No, World of Warcraft supposed to be pretty big. I'd be surprised if they did not announce the next expansion because Legion is pretty much done. Because can I ruin the lore for everybody
I know a little bit about it, but go for
a
it.
little bit?
I
Okay.
mean, yeah.
All right. Let me just explain the lore. Then let me put it on the Okay.
Super zoom in on KW's
me
face.
in the future, zoom in on my face very closely.
Like slow.
Then-
Talk as
and
dramatic
then
as
suddenly
you can.
zoom in really fast.
Speak as dramatically
as
as
zoom
you
out.
can.
No. In the beginning, there was the Titans, right?
That's you literally open the same way as the Holy Bible.
And Percy Jackson.
Oh,
In the beginning, there was
I think
Titans.
the Bible's more well known though.
In the beginning, there was Titans. That's how the Bible starts off, and then there was an evil one. In the beginning, there was
That's-
a Titan.
That's Attack on Titan.
In the beginning, there was Titans.
Sorry.
And they were creating worlds. They were trying to defeat the Void. There was like the light, and there was the Void. The Titans were the light, and then like the Void was like the evil stuff. And so Sargeras, who was a Titan, was like trying to battle the evil. He was very like stoic, I guess, and like he would keep battling them. But like an old god, which is like
An old god.
an old god is like a Titan in the Void. So
Okay.
it's on that same platform.
Okay.
He corrupted Sargeras, and so Sargeras turned evil. And Sargeras had this concept that like they had to destroy the Void by destroying everything in the universe, which is how the Burning Crusade, or Is that it? The Burning Legion.
Crusade.
No, it's Burning Legion because the Burning
Burning
Crusade
Legion?
is what Illidan like created in order to
Oh,
fight
okay.
Sargeras.
I feel like I'm learning about a new religion.
I know, right? I was so into this.
WoW gets really in depth.
It gets.
Yeah, I know.
There's like
I
so
know.
many branching storylines. In
I
World
know
of
that
Warcraft.
there's like a lot of timelines going too.
Yeah. So Sargeras is basically he becomes like this Satan. He becomes Satan.
Satan.
Yeah, in World of Warcraft, and everybody's fighting against him. And so like throughout the entire game, Warcraft is mainly focused on fighting back like the Burning Legion because the Burning Legion affects everything in Warcraft in the Warcraft universe, and like people. And like new enemies get created from the Burning Legion, like the Scourge that was part of the Burning Legion until they branched off, and then like people who wanted to fight the Burning Legion but became evil themselves, which is Illidan, stuff like that. So it created like a lot of like branching storylines. But now it's all come to like a big close, which is very surprising because that was like that was the big villain in World of Warcraft, and he's done. He's trapped.
Satan's dead.
Yeah. Spoiler. Sargeras dies. Or, no, he's trapped. Spoiler with Illidan.
Well, hallelujah. With
excuse me.
who?
Illidan is like Illidan's like Illidan's a guy.
Thanks.
He's a night elf.
Ooh.
Is he dreamy?
He's
Yeah.
very dreamy.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Can we pull up a picture?
Let's pull up a picture of. Hold on. You
I'm
guys,
shameless. I don't care.
You guys talk.
Show me.
I'll pull up a picture of Illidan.
Are you into elves too?
Not that much. I know what he looked like, so I was just wanting to
Joking.
get KW on this.
I
His
just
name
wanna
is
see-
Illidan Stormrage. He's a night elf. and he
Elodin
was-
Stormranger?
He was the post Illidan Stormrage. Are you? Here he is.
He looks like an ape.
An ape. That's
Yeah.
it. He.
You know, I wouldn't normally hit that.
Wouldn't normally.
And I still won't.
Me in the future pull this up.
He's got nice abs though.
Yeah, this is Illidan Stormrage. He was basically supposed to be the chosen one. Was supposed to be a
Neville?
great person for the.
You were
for-
the chosen one.
Yeah, exactly right. That kind of archetype, and he got screwed over by a bunch of things and became evil, and like
Wow.
he joined the Burning Legion because he wanted more power, and then he's like, oh no, the Burning Legions are evil, so I'm gonna defeat it. And then he created like a legion of his own to fight the Burning Legion, but that legion was also like really evil too. And there's an entire expansion about it called the Burning Crusade, where you fight Illidan, you trap him, and then in Legion you untrap him, and he comes back and fights. You fight by his side, and he's basically trying to be like, I was bad, but now I'm bad for a reason. And you basically
Good.
go throughout the entire expansion trying to free him, then fighting alongside him, and then you basically help him kill.
I feel like I
Trap
finally
Sargeras.
understand why it's called World of Warcraft.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a world and there's a lot of war.
There's a lot of war.
You will not
And that's
believe
just
how
like
excited I just
that's
got when I
like-
made that realization.
That's like the main overarching like storyline. It's like the over everything, and there's like thousands of stories underneath all that umbrella.
All I know is
It's so crazy.
there was an expansion pack with pandas. and I
Mr.
thought that
Pandaria.
was
Mr.
really-
Pandaria.
Yeah, a
and
lot
I
of
thought
people.
that was pretty cool because it was like Kung Fu Panda.
It's not because
No.
Kung Fu Panda came after that.
It did?
No,
Wait.
before.
Kung Fu Panda
What?
came out in like 2006.
Google knows. Whatever. I was a kid.
No, okay, no. The concept of Pandaren came way before Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, the concept.
The concept is
Where
before-
did this
before.
stream go?
No, because
it's still about. We're talking about like World of Warcraft. To kind of talking about what's been going on with BlizzCon. What's like on the speculation.
Okay.
It's not Kung Fu Panda.
I'm sorry. I said
Anyways,
it.
let's kind of like skip ahead
That's
a couple
really cool,
expansions
though.
into
I really,
what's
going
I
going on.
honest to God want to try
So
the game.
yeah, there's been major things have been happening in World of Warcraft, and we know that now. And so like people have been like data mining and trying to see what's going to be going on with the next expansion, and they found this skin. It was an armor skin that they got from like a raid, I think. It's a Kulturas something, which is like a land that was long forgotten with a whole bunch of humans on it, like out like in the sea or something like that. And it had like
Wow.
a map on it, a map of Azeroth, but there's like other lands on it too. And so people are speculating that like, oh, maybe this means that there are a lot more lands than Blizzard was like leading on. And so now
Open
people...
worlds are becoming like crazy
Yeah.
popular after Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, so like now they're thinking. Me in the future put that skin up. Now they're thinking.
I want to see. Well, actually,
yeah,
you know what? I know nothing about World of Warcraft, so if you don't show it to me, I don't think I'm gonna gain or lose anything.
Hold on. I'll put it back to you guys. You guys have fun.
Do you play WoW?
I played for maybe like a year back when it first came out.
Yeah.
I thought about getting back into it. I have a lot of friends who are into the game, but it's just really hard for me to like kind of like put so much time into that. Like being a student, it's hard enough just to play video games as it is. It's why Overwatch is so easy to kind of jump in and out of because there's not like this whole thing where it's like, okay, I have to constantly grind to get to this level, grind to get to this gear. It's like, I can just play and have some fun. But World of Warcraft is just, there's a lot involved to it. And all my friends who play are really big into doing raids. And I just can't schedule that time to do that.
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
I only allow time for Pokemon Go. That's it.
Me in the future put this up. So that's it. It's so slight, but there's a map on the side of them.
Oh,
okay.
It sure is.
People see that and they be like,
he's buff.
All the human characters are.
That's kind of like how, all the
That's how, like,
look.
all characters in this game are, like, really buffed and, like, strung out. Even, like, the mages, which makes no sense to me.
Do the women have six-pack packs?
I don't think so.
Cool, because that freaks me out.
She's available, everybody. No, she's not.
Oh, no, I'm not. Why'd I go on with that? I'm taken.
No. Okay, so people are speculating that this is going to be, like, a maritime expansion. There are going to be boats. They're going to be, like, traveling out to this, like, mysterious island. Even though, like, the Broken Isles was basically that. But we didn't have a lot of maritime content. It was more focused on the Legion. And they even, like, brought in, like, a new, like, world. Like, an overlay world called Argus. That was like brought in a patch, which is crazy because that's usually new lands are added in like for the from expansions, and so they added like a new world.
Do you think they're gonna be mermaids?
I don't think they're gonna be adding any new races.
No, they talked about sub races though.
Yeah,
they talked about
like human fish.
Not mermaids.
Sorry, I got like 2 hours of sleep.
Okay, well like, so anyways, not mermaids. Probably, I don't even know. Watch, like they actually announced that there's the big mermaids in the game. I'm gonna be really mad.
Honestly, that would be kind of cool.
I mean, let's be real. What was it like? The goblins kind of came out of nowhere.
They did. Yeah. Oh yeah. People wanted to play goblins for a while.
No, they did. It was just that was one thing that it just happened. It was like, oh, we have goblins. Okay, cool.
And the Worgen came out of nowhere too. It was sort of in there, but it was like an enemy.
Yeah.
People are wanting Murlocs as like playable races. Do you know what a Murloc is? Okay, now I have to
Mermaid Warlock.
Honestly, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm
pretty
smart.
much.
Okay, if there were mermaids in the game, I have a friend that would instantly drop all progress to become a female mermaid because he's into that.
Here it is, your mermaid. Me in the future.
Oh, that's cute.
This is a Murloc.
That's cute. He's like a frog. He's cute.
A frogfish.
I would love him. If he was my
if
pet,
they put that
I
in
would
the game
love
like
him.
as a playable character, I'd be surprised, honestly.
I want one. I would name him Herbert.
So yeah, they might be adding sub races in the game.
That's cute. He's cute.
That also they've had like different like species of like the Draenei of like humans. You have like Gilneas humans. You have like the Lightforged Draenei. You have the new Night Elves, which is the Nightfallen or like the something. They added a new skin for the Night Elves. So like they have these new skins for like these races, and they might be adding them in. So that's
cool.
That's another thing.
Do you know what that reminds me of?
What?
That it's a frog. It reminds me of Mario Odyssey because the first thing you do is become a frog.
In Mario Odyssey? Oh, that's right. And we're gonna be talking about that later. Because actually I played it and I want to give my 2 cents about it because I actually you'll hear my opinion in a second. So they people are thinking like the old gods are gonna be playing like a bigger role. Which the old gods, I talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
People are thinking that they're going to be playing like a bigger role in the game. And whenever like Sargeras, like before he got trapped, he like stabbed the world in like the place where one of the old gods is supposed to be trapped. So they're speculating that something bad's about to happen with the old gods.
Yeah, if you stab a planet, that's pretty bad.
And like old gods are like behind stuff just as Titans were. Old gods were behind Mists of Pandaria. Old gods were behind like a lot of stuff from Wrath of the Lich King. The old gods were behind Cataclysm, which is like an expansion. So they're a huge enemy. But anyways, hopefully I just hope there's not gonna be garrisons. I'm tired of garrisons. Garrisons are like,
what are you talking about?
They're like bases, and like you basically like sit in your garrison. It's like a fort or something like that, and it's like
A base? You don't like bases? Bases
You don't get
are
to
my
build
jam.
it. It's like here's a base that you own, but
Oh,
like you
never
don't get
mind.
to do anything.
I
with
like
it
to
except
customize.
like choose what buildings are in
I
it.
like to customize my stuff.
And like you sit in there and you send like followers on missions, which is kind of like a phone app game. They turned it into a phone app game.
That sounds like Twitter, the game.
It's big.
You send your followers to do stuff. I'm hungry.
Okay, yeah. Here it is. I'll pull it. Here it is, right here. So I have it.
Okay.
On my phone.
The whole time you were talking about Titans, I was resisting singing the Attack on Titan theme song.
Okay.
Just wanted to let you know.
It's the wrong show. Not that show.
What?
And my phone's not connecting. So yeah, basically you send your followers on missions.
Broken Shore.
So like,
Oh, wow. So you really are just like, hey, I want T-Bow, but I'm lazy. Can you get it for me?
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And
Listen.
so that they made that like a core concept for the last 2 expansions. So hopefully,
What, T-Bow?
that's evil.
I'm joking.
Okay. Jaina Proudmoore, which is a major character in the game, she's becoming like more aggressive, so she might be becoming a villain. But anyways, no, there's like a ton of stuff that nobody knows what's gonna happen, but like there's a ton of stuff that could branch off to be like an
Anything could
expansion.
happen.
Anything
Yeah.
could happen in the game right now, so I'm really excited to see what they're gonna be announcing. That's gonna be this Saturday. I think that's
Oh.
what's scheduled, that they're gonna be like talking about World of Warcraft.
No
and
wonder you're so
that's gonna-
excited.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to have this. Hopefully this will be out before then. I hope so.
That's pretty cool.
Let's move on. Heroes of the Storm, Diablo, StarCraft, Hearthstone. I don't really know much about that.
I
I don't
played Heroes of the Storm a little bit because I was like, oh hey, it's Blizzard's version of League of Legends. I'll play this. Not a fan of the game.
Oh, really?
I heard StarCraft wasn't great either.
StarCraft is good. From what I understood, the most recent expansion has not been great. I haven't played it, but I've heard a lot of stuff. But no, I just could not get into Heroes of the Storm whatsoever. Like, it's cool because it has a few more objectives. It feels like a little more team-based than League of Legends did. But I think I'm just burnt out on MOBAs, and I might be biased because of that, and I'll admit it. I got
A lot
really
of
burnt
people
out
are.
from League, but I mean, you can play as Diva, which is cool.
What?
Yeah,
Ah! I love Diva!
Yeah, suddenly she gets into
Heroes of the Storm.
Instead of Overwatch, she plays Heroes of the Storm.
Because it has Diva.
Oh, that'd be
That's
hilarious.
Diva.
That'd be so funny. I've cosplayed as Diva and I've never played the game. How freaking weird is that?
Oh my
I'm
god.
such a weirdie. No, that would be hilarious. I should totally do that just to be that person.
Well, I would love to see like a new IP or like a new Diablo announced or something like that. I want
Oh.
to see Diablo like done right.
I'd love to see that too, but I feel like they're mainly just going to focus on their current IPs and kind of building off of it.
I agree.
It's true. They just released Overwatch.
There
so
hasn't really. Usually,
That was a
whenever
year
like
ago.
they're about to come out with a new IP, you're going to hear about it for a while. There's a lot of speculation
That's
leading
true.
up to it, and it just feels like it's been kind of radio silence outside of what's going on with their current IPs.
Yeah. How cool would it be if something like that just came out of nowhere, though? Like they just dropped
I think they would
something.
love to do that, but I just
I'm
don't
sure
think
they
it's
would.
possible because rumors fly out of Blizzard so easily.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
seriously.
I remember when I was back into like video game design, I was like, oh, I wonder if I can get a job at Blizzard. So I was like looking on job postings, and it's like unknown or like anonymous like content or something like that, like a new project or something like that. I'm like, they're working on something new,
Yeah.
and so that's how I first
Ooh.
like learned of Overwatch, which I thought was pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
was
because
that
they'll
that?
post like anonymous content creator, anonymous graphic designer for like unspecified project, but within like a week, it's like, oh hey, this is what they're working on, and this is what that job listing was.
Yeah.
That's kind of lame. But you know, whatever.
So if you ever want to get like titles, if you ever want to speculate about titles, make sure that you just look at job postings on these companies'
That's a cool
websites.
tip. I'm sure
Yeah.
someone does that.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, people like will scavenge that and like data mine it
Journalism
so hard.
101.
I mean, sure.
Let's move on. I think this basically we've talked about BlizzCon. I think enough. So like I think the main focus, unless you guys want to talk about something else. in BlizzCon.
I thought we were going to Mario Odyssey.
We're gonna go to Mario Odyssey here in a second, but like BlizzCon's a big thing, and I want to talk about it. We're 24 minutes into the show. I think,
Wow.
let's go ahead and move on. Excuse me, I'm dying.
Dying over there.
Hello, hi everyone. I'm. Oh right.
We're twinning today.
Yeah. Oh, before I forget, they just got Destiny 2 on their servers for the PC.
Yes.
Talk about
Uh-huh.
that.
Okay, so it came out last week on the 24th. It's great when you can play it.
Like any game.
It works really well on the PC. It feels like kind of its home, but they've had issues, which is the first week or so it's expected. But one of the bigger issues that first happened is if you had a certain chipset for your CPU, you could not play the game. It would just not work. And they've
How
also
much does it cost?
the game
Yeah,
$60.
that sucks.
They patched it. It's fine.
Okay.
Another issue is they've had tons of issues with like stuttering, just random lag out of nowhere, which can cause people to drop out. Can just cause things to be unplayable sometimes, so that's been another issue. The game is going offline for quite a few hours today, so they can do a lot of patching on it,
That's cool.
which is awesome. And also they had to kind of delay and cancel some of the trials, which are like the raids in Destiny, because there's been some issues where if you use a certain emote, you can clip out of the map.
Whoa, that's cool.
And that is actually, I want to believe, is a bug like on all 3 systems. But
I'm gonna look that up.
There
right
are
now.
videos that exist.
it's like an emote from like inspired by Monty Python. It's the something, I can't remember. It's the something walk, and basically how it works is like your character does this little step forward and this little step back. But when you do that, you kind of like, depending when you took that first step forward, your character will clip into that spot, and you can like go through floors, walls, out of the map. It's
I feel like that's
all
me.
sorts of ridiculous.
That's me whenever I try to take a step forward.
So
online.
they're trying to fix this stuff where they put all their trials and stuff online, obviously, because they're not wanting people to milk the system or just, crash the game entirely. But no, a lot of people seem to really like Destiny 2. I think it's really good on PC, but it's been rough.
Is it the Travolta emote?
No.
What is this?
All my
Okay.
friends.
Let me
like,
look at it
were
real quick. I
freaking-
had it pulled up for a second, and it is ridiculous.
My show now because they're on their technology. All my friends were 100% sure that they got Destiny 2 like the second it came out, and which was crazy because as far as I know, a few of them are broke. So I don't know where that
Same.
came from. See, yeah, all these
Same.
games are coming out at once. And
Yeah.
it makes it hard for broke kids.
Yeah, what
like
the
him.
heck? Come on. I can only play Mario Odyssey.
It was
That's not
called
even
the
set me
Bureaucratic Walk. Was the name of the emote.
What was it called?
Bureaucratic Walk.
Bureaucratic Walk.
It's basically inspired from Monty Python.
Do you want to know something that's gonna make you all hate me? I've never seen that movie.
How do you spell bureaucratic?
Here's what it looks like here.
Okay.
So when you do that little high kick step, it
That's
basically
like
will like.
Hitler.
I mean, his arms aren't moving.
I would really like to see that clip though, like where he's
Have him
clipping
go-
out.
Yeah. So basically, depending like that high kick, and when that person like your character takes that step from that emote, it'll just like make you clip through certain things. So they took the emote off of their store, so you can't like purchase it, which is good. But they're still having to patch so much stuff. So I believe the patch is like 1.06 today, which it's good that they're getting this stuff fixed. It's a good game. It I feel like really belongs on the PC, but needs some work.
Yeah.
I was so bummed. I really wanted to get it. I had
It
to
still
choose.
exists, KW. You can
I-
get it
I
at
know.
any time.
Okay, well, would you like to pay for? Hold on.
No.
I'm starting Kickstarter right now. Pay me money.
Give me money.
Give me money so that I can buy this game so I can review it for you, and I'll do a video review.
I want to go to Europe. Is anyone
That's
willing to
not.
pay for that?
Are you gonna do a video review of Europe?
I've been there. I could.
I give Europe 2 Sarahs out of 5. Wasn't really fun.
Well, speaking of
Lot of
Europe,
old
how about Wolfenstein 2?
Oh yeah, sorry, I got off track. Okay.
Wolfenstein 2
Yeah.
sounds pretty cool. My boyfriend rented that recently. He's been playing it nonstop.
Yeah, Sarah knows a little bit more about this than I do.
It has
I
9.1
know.
out of 10 on IGN or ING,
That
whatever.
says anything. IGN's not really a reputable source anymore.
Then whatever. It's good, I guess.
Did you hear about the censoring they had to do for the German version?
What? Are you kidding?
Okay.
Yeah, because they're not really allowed to reference put Nazi rhetoric in the game. They're not really supposed to be doing a lot of that stuff because all those symbols and ideology are banned in Germany.
Yeah. in
So
Europe,
they
that's
changed
like
the
voodoo.
they changed the swastika to this really weird triangle symbol.
Hmm.
Hitler doesn't have the mustache anymore, and he's called like, I forgot the German name, but it basically translates to like my healer or my chancellor.
Oh.
That's really dark,
Yeah,
and I have a problem with that.
yeah. So it's like okay, cool. It's not Hitler, so it's not like mein Führer, but it's like
someone-
my healer. It's like
Oh, God,
I don't know. It kind of gets in like some weird religious overtones.
Is it like on the same level as like us banning like the Confederate flag?
I'd say so. Yeah, because it's like they don't want people recreating that, so they don't ban it because they're trying to hide it. They fully acknowledge it happened, but it's like, hey, we don't want this happening anymore. So
Yeah.
don't want people to be inspired because I mean, the fascist party is still a thing that's kind of exists in
Yeah.
Germany, so they're trying to like curb it.
It's the wrong show for that.
Yeah. I don't want to get into
I've seen stuff about. Well, whenever I saw the trailer, here's my main thing. I thought it was. I pulled.
that. We were talking about this
Excuse me.
before we pressed record, and we were on the same wavelength.
No,
on
can I
this.
just say here? I tried to put in Wolfenstein 2 Rotten Tomatoes score. Pulled up the Human Centipede 2.
How?
What?
I have no idea. It's
That
got
is a whole nother level.
It's
of
got a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. So
the Human Centipede.
The Human Centipede 2. The first Human
Oh.
Centipede was still disturbing. I think it got a better rating.
Yeah.
Might have been for the
Anyways.
initial shock factor.
I know, me too. Oh my god, where is it?
I don't
I'm trying
know,
to find it.
but It's
People
pretty
stop.
cool because this game, like the first one came out in 1981.
Mhm.
So this is a really cool like game that they just kind of they like blew the dust off it and pulled it out, and I really appreciate that.
Well, there's a one they had of that came out a few years ago that I got on PC and it was a lot of fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Yeah. No, like it has been an IP. It's been a franchise they keep like building on, which is really cool. And they kind of pulled it out of the attic more or less, and kind of like blew the dust off, like you were saying, and
Yeah.
made a really good series so far.
It's the 7th longest running video game franchise. In
Well,
the
the
world.
thing is, this
like 38 years and something like that.
I'm seeing a 6 out of 10 on Steam, but that's like from like actual player reviews. Here's the thing: I feel like they're biased though, because for some reason gamer culture is very against PC stuff, and they think that
Really?
they think that like
Love PC.
like no political commentary or political correctness.
Oh. Whatever.
Like-
Go on.
like oh my god, like this guy who is a classic series about a guy fighting against Nazis, and like players being like, oh well, why are they doing that right now after like all the like the white supremacist stuff? Oh,
they were
everyone's, like,
making this
fighting
years
Nazis.
ago.
And like this was made in like the 90s or the
Yeah.
80s, and like they released it, and you were totally fine with it, and then now like you're gonna give it raps because like it's about
It's
killing
kind of somewhat
Nazis.
Yeah, or
relevant.
like when the other game came out, like I can't remember, it was like either 2014, 2015, but like no one was like, "Yep, they're only doing this because like what's going on in current times." Like, no, this is just a game where you get to mow down Nazis. They're making the new Call of Duty World War II
World War
game,
II,
so
yeah.
people are probably gonna have some comments about that too.
which is like Nazis existed, and this is a game
Yeah.
about killing them, and
It's
history is history.
it's
Can't be
not about
rewritten.
North Carolina, guys.
I think
Wow.
people are still a little offended given the most recent Far Cry game.
But that's interesting.
That one-
I want to play that, and that like gives like speculation. I mean, like it gives you a moment to like see something, which is what art does. And video
Oh, I know what
games
you mean
are
now.
art.
They are.
And like this gives it like an excellent opportunity to delve into that kind of stuff. And for people to see like, hey, I didn't think a lot about this, but now that I played this,
I can't
I'm
stop thinking
more.
about
I
it.
can't stop thinking about it, and this is kind of messed up, and so they become like a little bit more informed, which is really good because like a lot of games like did stuff like that for like being green, being like planet conscious, being like what was it?
It's pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, it is.
This like what is it? It was that like
He's just like rambling back. And
it was
forth.
that
Great.
kid listen. It was that game where why am I thinking of As I Lay Dying? That's not it. That's
That's sad, KW.
no, it's strange. It's about this girl who time travels.
Life is Strange.
Life is Strange.
Which is probably my all-time favorite
I
game.
love that
yeah,
game.
okay, so that brought people more
I
like
love that game.
conscious about the LGBT community.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
I love that game.
that's what video games do, and that's like
What's
The second one's not doing it for me though.
What's really good kind of about the first one is it like brought a lot of attention to it without being obvious like what it was trying to do. It was all just like, here's how people go through this, here's like their daily lives, and here's like what it's like for these people. But it wasn't like in your face.
like LGBT
Like
rights.
girl on
like-
girl.
They're like, hey, gay one, and then some superhero comes, but like, don't call them that. This is wrong. Like, no, it's not that obvious. It's like really hidden undertones.
I
Yeah, like
love
most of the things they'd
just
shout would be like, hey hipster. It would be like, you're not gonna like really get anything negative from that.
Other than the fact that that's weird.
So I don't know whether or not to trust this Steam review because it gives it a 6 out of 10
Just
for
don't.
Wolfenstein, and then IGN gives it like a 9.2. But I can't trust IGN too because they get paid to review stuff.
9.1.
9.1. I'm sorry. But they get paid to review stuff, so I can't trust anybody. You can't trust anybody in the industry now because they're either anti-SJW or they get paid to give things good titles, and I hate that. I want to.
Just petting his
This is
hair.
this is Showdown now. We're gonna be debating like how it used to be back in the day.
How about, do you know what it used to be back in the day?
What?
You had to play the game to judge it.
Oh, that's true. A lot of people.
Mind blowing.
Can we put like? Can I figure out how to put a graphic on here? If not, I'll put like a sorry on here, like a sorry in like bold text. Just. Okay. Anyways, Mario Odyssey.
Well, yeah, I'm like, we
Mario
skipped
Odyssey.
something great. 10 out of 10, man. I haven't even played it. I don't have a Switch. But Switches are doing pretty good.
Oh,
Yes,
they're
they
doing
are.
amazing.
Yeah, some people were saying that, because I grew up, N64, GameCube was the Nintendo consoles that I grew up with, and those consoles were like they're like holy freaking objects in my heart. And this one
Yeah.
could potentially be that for the new generation.
This one is becoming that.
I'm
and
glad it's
now-
not the Wii or the Wii U,
it
honestly.
Feels far less gimmicky than the Wii did. The Wii U seemed
yeah.
like it was just continuing off
the Wii was okay.
It was weird because it's like one of the most successful selling game consoles, and the Wii U was just trying to ride off that. But
Honestly,
I honestly
Breath
didn't
of
see
the
a
Wild is
I didn't see a
why that
difference in
console
like
is
Wii
great.
U because like for Wii U, hi, for the Wii U, I felt like it was just like remember the Sega Genesis and like you attached something to it, it became the Sega Genesis 64 or something like that, where it became 64-bit. I feel like it was like that. They just like instead of like adding this bulky thing, like we're gonna release an entirely new console. It's gonna be a new next generation console. It wasn't next generation. It was just
it
like,
had HD.
have to
It was a
take into
huge
account-
upgrade.
okay, great.
They
Yeah.
want the money.
It had 720i, I believe, like not even great.
Oh,
HD.
really? It was 720i?
It was
I thought it was 1080i.
no the Wii U. No,
I've been duped.
Oh, that's right. The Wii had terrible resolution.
yeah, and the Wii U wasn't much better.
Yeah. Twilight Princess was cool though.
Yeah, Twilight Princess was.
That's when you're given like so little and you make something so much out of that.
Honestly,
which is
what
amazing
helps the
to me.
console is that they're producing such amazing games right now. Breath of the Wild was obviously like, again, a holy object, and I hear Mario Odyssey is the same way.
Oh, I'm
I've
still
never
on
played
it.
it, though.
It's so good. I think I'm almost halfway done. I think I've gone through like 8 worlds so far. I don't know how many worlds there are.
Dude,
I hear it's the same thing as like Breath of the Wild. They give you like free roam. It's not like
yeah.
missions how it used to be in like Mario 64.
they
or
break
like,
tradition. I've been complaining for years that Nintendo, I love Nintendo, but they do the same thing over and over. Peach gets kidnapped, Mario saves her, Link has to get the Master Sword, oh, it's dull, gotta save Zelda. But they're switching it up, and I love it. The only thing I hate is I miss the mushrooms. I don't like the hearts.
Really?
I miss the mushrooms.
I think it. Okay.
That's classy. But you know what? I'm willing to give that up for the fact they're doing something different.
Well, they didn't
'cause
do that
it's
for Mario
great.
64.
I didn't play that.
What about the lack of Luigi though? Isn't that like kind of a big deal breaker?
I love Luigi, and I miss him. But he's
Luigi's
his
not
own
in
game.
it? I
He's
didn't know
not?
Luigi. I'm
thought there
still
was
on
an-
that part. I thought is he unlockable?
Nope.
Maybe that will be like a DLC later.
No, I don't think it's that big of a deal breaker. It's just kind of sad because remember back in Mario Galaxy, unlocking Luigi was a huge thing.
Mhm.
Oh, I skipped Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
Mario Galaxy was probably one of my favorites.
Really?
Sunshine.
I still need to
I liked
play
it more than Sunshine personally
Really?
because there was just so much little stuff you could do. Just offended there.
No, Sunshine's my childhood. This game reminds me a lot about Sunshine and Galaxy.
That's true. Yeah.
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 No, I did-
Because like Fled's like Cappy, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Cappy.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Well,
Talk
like,
about it.
Okay, well, I played. Hi. I played Mario Odyssey. I bought it for the Switch. Like the night when it was released, and I downloaded it. Actually, I didn't want to go back to GameStop.
Man,
Okay,
I should've
listen,
went- I should have
it's-
gone over to your
It's
house.
2017. I can download games and not own the case. I'm so sorry.
I wasn't saying that. I was saying I should have gone to your house to play.
Okay, my notes are: I bought it and played through it halfway. I love it. There's so much exploration, and the game rewards you for it. No, it does, honestly. Like you know how back in the day, like you found like these glitches and like they were not glitches, but it was like secrets. that
Like,
you
yeah,
found in
little
the
Easter
game?
eggs and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
little Easter eggs, but like they reward you for doing that now,
Like the jump rope thing.
like the jump rope thing, and like there's like secrets and they don't like announce, and I love that too.
That's
Like
cool.
they don't announce or like show where things are. They show you where things are if like it has to pertain to the main storyline,
Mhm.
and they want to like push you to like, okay, you're lost. Here's where you need to go to get to the next part. But like
Right.
the thing is, for like everything else to get, if you want to do like 100% completion, you have to explore and you have
That's
to
so
like
cool.
look into things and you have to like figure out stuff. Like you see like an interesting thing, like the jump rope thing. I did that too. I did that yesterday, and I hear that it's actually I did a segment about that. That's supposed to be very hard.
So what is the jump rope thing?
Okay, the jump rope thing is there are these two. Hold on, let me pull it up.
You should put on. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pull it on the screen.
So basically, the jump rope thing is there's a thing in
I love that you asked and now you're answering.
Well, just so you can explain it.
Well, let me tell you.
It's this thing basically in like the city, like one of the first areas you go to. There's these two people like just swing your rope around and you can get in the middle and jump.
Really?
Yeah, and you can get moons for like X amount of times you jump. And one of the hardest ones to do is jumping 100 times because the more you jump, the faster it goes, and you have this little counter. And people are beyond frustrated with it.
That sounds fun. I love
Present
stuff
party
like that.
included.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I was doing it yesterday before the newscast. I actually I made it to 100, and after that I threw my Switch against the
Good
wall.
job.
You were like
Period.
freaking
I
out,
was
like you were
freaking
so
out, too.
happy.
I was so happy. I had to tune you have to tune your brain out and just look. That's what I do. That's what you do. Me in the future pull this out.
They
Yeah,
look-
and it'll get faster.
They look like They have beekeeper hats on.
And if you can hear it,
I can't hear it, so I doubt they can.
Hold on. I think
It's on mute.
There's a guy speaking here, I think.
Okay.
You can hear them like go, hey, hey, hey.
Oh yeah, sure.
And so you have to like listen to that, and like every time she's about to say hey, it almost hits the ground.
I love.
And so you jump when she says hey, and you have to get into that rhythm.
I love so much. I've been saying for a long time that I wanted like. Actually, I've been saying a Legend of Zelda that takes place in modern day. I love so much that they have Mario in modern day.
Yeah, I thought that was really
that
cool
makes
too.
me so freaking happy. I love
New
that.
Dog City was my favorite too. And like I was like, oh yeah, New Dog City's probably gonna be like
New Dog City.
New Donk.
New Donk.
D-O-N-K, like Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
And what's actually kind of cool is Paulina's in there.
Really?
Paulina, yeah,
Really?
I haven't heard of Paulina before.
Paulina's the woman that you're saving in the very first Mario game.
Yeah.
Mario and Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong.
It's like
It's not Peach. That's tied up. That's Paulina.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
So that's kind of makes it like a really cool. So it's like New Donk City, Donkey Kong, Paulina is there.
You didn't know that?
And
So
she's
it's like
the
it's a
mayor.
huge throwback. Yeah.
I did not know that because like in the end, whenever you
I knew
you
that.
got to 1,000. I just pulled up a video where a guy got to 1,000. What are you doing?
Step up your game.
You don't get anything from getting 1,000. I don't think.
I don't think. Yeah, it's
That
like after
one
You
100,
get
that's really
bragging
it.
rights.
Yeah, you
No,
like that's pretty much it.
Seriously though, I have a
Yeah,
new. What was it? It's in like an arcade in Texas. I own the record on Donkey Kong, an arcade game. But instead of putting my name, I just put S. So forever they'll be haunted by this mysterious S person that has a record.
But no, like at the end of the story in New Dog
Anyway.
City, I'm sorry. In the end,
No,
at the
stupid.
end of the story in New Dog City, they have this big festival and like Paulina's like singing and stuff like that. But like you go through like in the game, I wonder if I can pull up footage about this. In the game, you like go through as like 2D Mario in some parts.
Oh yeah,
Which
I
is
saw
super
that.
cool.
That's
And I
so
love those
cool.
parts. I love those parts because they incorporate it like so well. And you play through like all these like old timey levels, and like before you get to the end, there's a Donkey Kong style type of Mario Jumpman type of thing, where like you play through like a level of Mario Jumpman and you knock out Donkey Kong,
Ugh.
and
Why
in
you
the
call
end
him-
you go up to like Paulina and you dance with her.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
that was really cool.
I love it so much.
So that's really cool. I didn't know Paulina was like the first person that you
Yeah,
saved.
not Peach.
Well, that's pretty cool.
She's got orange hair, and Peach is
that's
blonde.
true.
Mhm.
I thought it was just like a like
Yeah,
an
you thought it was
8-bit
because it was
thing.
old, but
And that's
no,
all,
it
and,
was
like, everything's
intentional.
Like terrible
color.
sprites and like not being able to show colors correctly.
Yeah, no, it's not that.
Oh, here's the thing that I love the most about Odyssey. Mario's freaking adorable. Like he's not like portrayed as like this like
Middle-aged plumber.
middle-aged plumber saving this princess. He's like a cartoon character. It's like he's like. Have you guys played Cuphead yet?
Yes.
Yeah, oh my
Cuphead.
god.
It's almost like that, but like with Mario.
it's style.
He's so
Nintendo
styled.
has found a really good
found a
style
really
that
good
works for
style.
them, and they're
And-
like making it look more real, but still within the style. And it
Like
looks
yeah,
so
keeping in
cool.
like the original look of their characters.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Link is a good example of that in Breath of the Wild.
Exactly,
Yes, oh my
exactly.
god,
And this
it's
is like
beautiful.
this brought me back to like Mario 64 when I played that. It was like this is how I saw Mario back then. This is how I see Mario now. He's this lovable character, and like before then it was just like, oh look, another Mario game. But now I'm like, oh my god, this is great. This is like what I wanted out of Mario.
I love that if you look really close on Mario on his hat and on his clothing, you can see the stitches.
Yeah.
Like that's so cool. It's like
Yeah.
They put a lot
Nintendo
of detail into
polish,
that.
and I
Oh,
love
so
it.
much polish on the game.
Nintendo polish.
They did so good. They pulled all the strings for this game.
Nintendo has just been putting out like crazy good games.
That's why the Switch is successful. If all the games were garbage for the Switch, everyone would be saying the Switch was garbage. But because all the games have been amazing, the Switch is doing great.
Launch was rough for the Switch, let's be honest.
Yeah,
because
that you
they
really
didn't have
only
anything.
had
You only
Breath
had
of
Breath
the
of the
Wild.
Wild.
You
But
couldn't even find a
li-
Switch.
But little did we know, that was all we needed.
But even then, some of the indie games on the Switch have just been fantastic.
Snippet?
Oh,
Snipper
Snipper
Clipper.
Clips.
Yeah, Snipper
That's
Clips.
Snipper
There's
Clips.
no, I thought it was Snipper
I
Clippers.
just said snippet.
no, it's Snipper Clip.
That's like a place you get your hair. Anyway,
I don't know, but I have played it quite a few times. It's a lot of fun.
looks fun.
Kamiko, I think is what it's called. Kamiko. It's like there's little.
Kamiko?
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
It's just like an old style like 8-bit game. There's like 3 characters to choose from. You have one who has a sword, one who has a bow, and who has this weird sword and shield thing that she throws. It's just all 8-bit. It's
Huh.
like dungeon crawl style. The game is $8.
Oh my gosh.
That's a steal.
And there's like it's really all 3 characters you play through the same levels over and over again, but you unlock like some stuff after you beat it with all 3 characters. So it's just a
Wow.
lot of fun. And for $8, you're getting a lot of good game out of there for an indie game that you wouldn't expect to be on a console like the Switch. So it's really nice one I think the big driving factors of that is there is a lot of indie support on there.
That is really, really, really cool. I love indie games.
So yeah, the Switch is doing amazing right now. And next up for it is Metroid.
Yes.
The Metroid game.
Really?
And they only
They haven't-
released.
They haven't done a
released-
Metroid game forever.
I know, and I think they're doing like a big Metro game because they only released like a teaser at E3, and even at at their Nintendo Con, they released just like a snippet. Like it was like a teaser. It wasn't an actual like gameplay footage.
Yeah,
A
what I loved about that,
teaser?
it just had like some it had like the Metroid music going on like from Prime. It had just a bunch of great in purple clouds, some electricity. The Metroid logo flashed, and then everyone lost their mind. That's
It's
all
so
they had to
cool.
show.
I can like
So
see it in my
crazy.
head.
Exactly. So whenever they do that, you know it's gonna be like a AAA title. So this is like a AAA Metroid game, not like we're bringing Metroid back in this fun new adventure. It's like no, this is like a new Metroid adventure, like on the
You are
same
shaking
level.
the
I'm so sorry. I'm
microphones.
excited.
I have a lot of hope for this because I've been wanting a new like Metroid Prime style game, and a lot of people were kind of wanting more of 2D, but we kind of got that on the 3DS, so it's why I'm like, okay, this is probably going to be a very huge open world. Probably like I'm hoping there's like a huge open space like
Breath of the
exploration thing to it.
Wild. A lot of their games have been like that lately. It's
Yeah,
been a
like no,
trend.
I really like space exploration stuff with games. They did it with Metroid where you get to go like different
Cool.
planets and stuff,
That's super cool. That sounds super cool.
and I think they could do it. Honestly,
Oh yeah. They can do
Well, I'm excited to see more about that. So let's move on. We're 46 minutes in. I want to go over like 2 more games and then call it quits. Assassin's Creed Origins was released last Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The
Looks
series,
cool, though.
The series took a year off. It takes place in ancient Egypt.
I read the Wikipedia too.
Yeah. That's how we get ready for the shows, everybody. We just read Wikipedia articles. so
Wikipedia and
But
IGN
seriously, though,
reviews.
like, why are they
Word
doing
form.
an origin story now?
Because I don't think they want to like go. Because the last time they left off at Victorian style England, and then
Mhm.
like they did like DLC when it went up to World War One. I'm like, okay, we can't go much further until getting to like the 1950s.
I thought the last one was
or
like
1940s.
pirates. Am I like
No.
No, that was a while ago.
a
That
while
was back in like
Black Flag.
2013.
Assassin's Creed 4. Assassin's Creed Syndicate was the last one I played, which
Oh,
is
okay.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate was amazing. That was so good.
The only one I ever played was Brotherhood.
Really? Oh, Brotherhood was good too. I
Mhm.
like Assassin's Creed 2. Like that whole series was like my favorite, except for like the last one. I just could not play the last
If-
Assassin's Creed 2 game.
If I can sneak,
Are you talking about Revelations?
Yeah, I could not play that.
I did, and it was tough.
Really?
Not like it was a tough game. It was
Oh,
tough
just
to get through.
It's
Oh.
boring.
It's boring. There is no difference in the scenery until you're doing the parts with Desmond, and even then, they're so few and far between. You're just like, can I get this game over with? Can I just like
Yeah,
read?
honestly.
Like, can I just watch a YouTube video on how this was played so I can go into Assassin's Creed 3?
dang.
Yeah.
Honestly, if it's a game where I could sneak around, climb stuff, drop bombs on people, or myself on people, it's like gold star. For
Actually,
me.
I'll say this about Revelations: the parts where you play as Altair were actually amazing.
Altair.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
love
you
that
do
name.
that, don't you?
I'm gonna name my first.
those parts were really fun.
Altair.
Altair.
I'm naming
What's his name?
Altair.
Altair.
But the parts of playing with Desmond just felt so tiring. It's like, okay, we've already played 2 games, or not Desmond, Ezio.
Ezio, yeah, that's
Yeah,
his name.
Ezio Auditore. The first 2 games where you play as him were really good, really drawn out, and it's like, do you really need much more to his character after that?
People
he's-
like Ezio, that therefore they make more Ezio.
I
Because of
think it's
money.
hard to take Ezio like serious sometimes if it's not about like revenge. He's like this very feisty character, and whenever
Yeah.
like he became like an older man, he's supposed to be this wise figure, but at the same time, I just kind of see that I'm like, I miss the old Ezio where he was like,
I miss the old
He didn't really
Ezio.
seem to have the same motivation he
Yeah.
did. It's just like, okay, you're doing this because you're trying to find the pieces of Eden, but why are you doing it? Because Templars are bad. Like the first game, like his family was murdered. He was blood hungry. It was awesome. He had so much motivation
it
and
was so
fire.
well done.
And they continued that with Brotherhood and just like trying to expose all this corruption going on in Rome. And it was great.
Yeah, it
Mhm,
was
I remember that.
amazing. And they tried to do that with Assassin's Creed 3, and they just failed. They
Yeah.
just did not do a good job with
Did-
Assassin's Creed 3. It was so bad.
Did y'all hear about the Cleopatra scandal for this new game?
What
No.
happened?
Cleopatra's in this new game because it takes place in
Did they
Egypt.
whitewash her?
Actually, I don't know, but they made her look pretty scandalous. Like they made
Oh.
her like pretty risque, and all like the historians are like, Cleopatra would never do that. She's a fierce leader, and she shouldn't be all sexy. But apparently, she apparently rules her town with the iron sex symbol, I guess, and everyone has a problem with that.
Well, she's like known to be like the.
She's not promiscuous, no.
She's not
known
promiscuous,
to
but she's
do
like
that.
beautiful, and like they want to like portray that, I guess, as
I
like a
guess
strong
so.
point. which
They made
like,
her pretty sleazy, but that was a big deal. I found out, and I was like,
That's
huh.
just like video game culture, and it's horrible. But like that's video
Well, I
game
think
culture.
that's everybody, and they're
Well,
horrible.
that's true. Yeah, everybody's horrible. You heard it here, folks. Everybody's horrible.
think
Well, that's all the time we have for
Wait,
you.
no,
kidding.
no. Serious question: is it Ubisoft or Ubisoft?
It's booby soft.
Oh my god!
Bleep that out. Me in the future.
No, seriously.
I've heard it
I
pronounced.
call it Ubisoft.
I've heard it pronounced both ways. I say Ubisoft, but I have heard a lot of people say Ubisoft.
I like Ubisoft because it's more fun to say.
Let's talk about the actual game.
No, what do
Assassin's
you
Creed
say?
Origins.
Yeah.
I say Ubisoft. Okay.
Go on.
Okay.
Just left out here, both of you with your like red and black flannel and black t-shirts.
Yeah, we're twinning.
Anyways,
But we have the Celtic.
back
That's
to
true.
the show. Back to the show. Ow! Back to Assassin's Creed Origins.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Assassin's Creed Origins. Series took a year off last year, if you guys
Yeah.
can remember that. They weren't announcing anything, and like, oh my god,
Anyway.
calm down. You need to calm down. I wanted an Assassin's Creed that takes place in feudal Japan. That would be
That would be
amazing.
so cool.
That would be incredible.
I
Or
want an Assassin's Creed that's modern day U.S.
that would be cool too. I just really those like that and Three Kingdoms China.
You like Asia.
I love. Well, they don't do a lot of Asian stuff.
That's true.
It would be
That
so
would be
cool.
They
pretty
had like
awesome.
they've mentioned that there are Japanese or like Chinese, there's all these different like Asian assassins, and they've really referenced that a lot. Like, hey, these exist, and I think there was a DS game, and those DS games are not great. Let's
Yeah.
be honest.
Do they count? Like
No,
honestly,
they
it
don't.
was
But the
like
fact that it's like it shows like, hey, there's assassins over here. Like, if we can get like a full-fledged game in that area, I would like that a lot. The architecture there would be beautiful.
That would be gorgeous.
Going through some of the Japanese gardens would just be amazing too.
Oh my
I mean,
god! And
I'm
invading
so-
the Imperial. Well, like
I'm
you
excited for
have-
Egypt. Egypt's kind of cool.
Egypt's cool, but like, and I'm glad they're like branching out of Europe.
That
Like,
is really
yes,
cool.
That's really good.
Good job.
And I'm excited to play through Egypt. But the thing is, you have an icon, the ninja,
Oh, that's a good
stealth
point.
icon, an assassination icon, and you are not using it.
That is a good, solid point.
Like,
what are you doing,
what are you
Ubisoft?
You and so many. There's so much like fandom around Japan and like feudal Japan, and like that's become such a big thing because of anime. Thank you. And it would. But here's the thing: I don't want them to rush it out either. So like, if they're taking
No.
time on it, I want them to take time, make a really good Assassin's Creed like feudal Japan.
Ninja Creed.
Like, because the entire like if it took place entirely in Japan, or like everything, and like you had all these warring factions because there were so many factions in feudal Japan, and so many factions in China too. I'm such a geek. Like, Ubisoft, hire me. I'll produce your next.
And hey, here's how you can do that plot-wise for the game to keep the overarching plot going. Ubisoft opens up a secondary like headquarters in Japan because
there
that's
we
how
go.
the game is heading. Where
Hey.
Ubisoft is the actual entity who's owned by the Templars, which it's just all sorts.
Oh
of
my
mess.
god, that'd be funny.
No, that's like actually what happens. Like,
Are you kidding?
yeah, that's like the overarching
Oh,
plot.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that was the
'cause,
whole thing with
like,
Assassin's
the
Creed 4
Atlas
and
thing,
Unity was like, hey, you're on Ubisoft testing out the Animus for these VR games, and it's just like, and they're glitching. And that's how like you go to the World War I part sometime, which was not in a. Was it Unity, the one where you play as the brother and sister?
It was someone's daughter. It was either the brother or sister's daughter, and
Oh.
it was Syndicate. That was the DLC for Syndicate because I played that.
Yeah, because it was you just like randomly find this tear, and you're like, what's this? And you access the DLC, and suddenly there's Winston Churchill.
Yeah, that was kind of
And it's just like, oh, it was a glitch in the Animus when we were testing out a new game, and it's like, what? It's like you kind of forget the overarching plot is kind of a little jumping the shark.
Well,
that's
this
true.
new game should really like clarify the plot, considering it's an origin story, and
Yeah.
it really delves into the origins of the Brotherhood versus the the Order of the Ancients, which is Templar.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to play through this. I've
Actually,
heard,
too.
I looked at the review. It's set in 40 BC. The main character's name is Bayek. He's pretty interesting. Actually, a lot of people like his character. He's very like headstrong, very he has anger issues apparently.
Ooh.
So that he's pretty feisty. I hope he's like a feisty character like Ezio, not like a boring character like Connor. I really wanted to get into Connor in Assassin's Creed 3 because I thought that would have been such an amazing one.
Yeah.
Like set in like the perfect time.
When you're,
period, and it was done.
was
horrible.
it definitely like one
was.
of those like reality versus
Yeah, because there's a
Yeah.
lot of expectations and a lot of hype towards it. It's like, okay, we're gonna be in the American Revolution. You're gonna be doing this thing like
Connor. Could they picked a whiter name?
Well,
I
his
mean-
name is
Connor.
I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. It's Radunagaytun. He's a
What?
Mohawk Indian, but
Yeah.
like he gets an English name.
Yeah. there was like so much opportunity for that, and the whole thing like was it the Frontier was just really lackluster.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
it's
like,
it was terrible.
Okay, I get to shoot at a bear. Cool. I'm gonna bring some resources
Jerkwad.
back. Okay, there was really nothing to that. Time to go.
I hate base building too. That's always just something that
It's
focus
like,
on
hey, remember
too.
this really cool thing that was sort of there in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood? Let's just make this the sole
The
aspect
sole
of the
aspect
game.
of the game, and it was horrible. And like Connor just lost track of the like important plot line. He was getting revenge, for like the Templar Order like annihilating his entire like village.
Yeah,
That was like an amazing plot device.
Wow, that is.
it's like they tried to up the Ezio motivation,
Yeah.
and then they were just like, and let's just crash that into the
Yeah.
ground as soon as you get past the tutorial stuff.
And it's like commentary too, because like it's like Native American strife, like what they went through, like
yeah.
Mhm.
white men terrorizing and demolishing their villages, and then you have this like character who's like, who would be interesting in that position, and he's not.
They did have a really good opportunity.
He veers off, and then he's like, "I'm an assassin. This is my job." And I'm like, "Great. What happened to the revenge?"
It's like at least when Ezio became an assassin, he was like still driven. It's like when he got accepted into the Order of the Assassins, back when they marked his palm or whatever. If you remember that part in 2.
Yeah, I do.
He's like, cool. I need to go carry out my mission. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Yeah.
And then this is like here, Connor's like, I'm an assassin.
Yeah.
Dun dun.
Me, if I were an
it was just-
assassin.
it was executed so badly. I just so just. Anyways, so
Oh my god.
Game World is huge. I don't know if you play through the entirety.
Again,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of games are like being inspired by Breath of the Wild as far as
Oh,
like
yeah,
world
open world.
sizes, because it's huge. I hear. the
Yeah.
open world.
Ubisoft does a lot of open world content, especially like Far Cry, and like they kind of take what
True.
I saw in the review is that they kind of take like the whole like concept of like their open world stuff, and they kind of streamline it throughout their games, like in Far Cry or like in this Assassin's Creed. I hear that the game world is huge, but it's
That's
mostly. I hope it's varied because like Egypt has a lot of desert.
I
Um,
wanna
That-
say
that
there's
could
some,
be
uh,
really interesting though.
I want to say there's some
Seriously.
parts that take place in Greece or it's either, like,
Oh, that would be so
Yeah.
great.
because there's a lot of trade back and forth between them.
Yeah, definitely.
I
and like
demand
Alexander
we
the
ride a
Great.
camel.
And like seeing like people like that. Well, there's still DLC, so who knows? You do ride a camel.
Yeah.
Stealth
Yeah.
stealth in the game apparently is dumb and
Mhm.
simple,
Aw.
just like any other Assassin's Creed game. Combat is actually very it has some bugs, but it's executed a lot better than it usually
Okay.
is. It's redone, which is strange. I really like the Syndicate's combat. It was like more challenging, and apparently this time around it's challenging too. So there's that.
It's
Um,
also trendy to have harder games.
That's true.
Because of Cuphead.
That's true.
Thanks, Cuphead.
Thank you, Cuphead.
Seriously.
Smooth controlling by a long shot, which is like such a big problem. Like the player AI like being like, "You want me to climb here? You want me to jump off?
Listen,
Okay, I'll
I think
jump
that's
off."
Oh, I've seen like I
hilarious.
saw a meme about that. It was so great. I'm not sure if you saw the same one, but it's like all I have to do is go up, and then it's just the next panel of the comic is your character's flying away, like all smiling with his arms out, and then,
Same!
and then it has like the PS4
That's
controller through the TV.
relatable.
Oh my god!
That is-
It's like I just need to jump up to this
relatable.
rock right here, and instead it's like nope, turn around.
Nope.
Uh-huh.
That's a
Oh my
thing, and
gosh,
that was
I
like
love
such a
it.
big problem in Assassin's Creed. That's what like had people tearing their hair out. Apparently, they fixed a good amount of it. So there's that. It's more involved and engaging. Feels a bit messy at times. I'd say this is like a pretty like good Assassin's
It has
Creed game.
potential.
It has potential. It's not the best.
What's the best?
I think the best. Oh my god, Assassin's Creed 2 by a long shot.
Yeah, I don't know. I like 4 for different reasons because it's a guilty pleasure just running around a pirate ship.
That's true. Like I feel like the whole like feeling.
I didn't like that for
I'm
an
a
Assassin's Creed
pirate.
game. I like
Yeah.
that because I was a pirate.
That was like a
Yes,
feel
I
though.
feel
It
it.
was just like, oh, cool, I'm a pirate. And I get to go to like all these like Spanish villages, and like I get to captain my own boat. And like the maritime, I wasn't. Here's the thing. It's gonna be an unpopular opinion. I wasn't a fan of the maritime stuff.
Oh, I loved it.
I know a lot of people love it, but
Never
like I
played.
could not do it. It was just like, it's so clunky.
It's like
and,
they
Not in
made
the
like simultaneously like one of the most like bland Assassin's Creed game, but the best pirate game.
Yeah.
That's
Honestly.
cool.
Like that's what that was. I was like, I'm playing Assassin's Creed. No, I'm not.
Oh yeah,
I'm
the
playing
story's
Let's Play Pirate.
the story's super unforgettable, and like the plot devices.
I don't
in it
remember
are
the story. I
horrible.
just remember being in a pirate ship the whole time.
It's about this guy leaving his wife because he's not rich enough, and so he goes to get rich.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty much, there's
That's
zero
also
That's
motivation.
the plot.
very
And then he becomes
relatable.
an assassin for some reason. Well, no, he steals clothes from an assassin because he's
So he's not
renegade.
even an assassin.
He's not even an assassin.
He's just
He becomes an assassin.
cosplaying as one.
He cosplays
Yeah.
as one.
And then he
he
kind of
becomes a
falls in
pirate.
the role of it because somebody's like, "Hey, you're an assassin. You should help. This is what assassins do." And he's like, "Sure."
Okay. Sure. That's like the name of my autobiography.
Sure.
Honestly, yeah, totally.
So the reviewer said it felt a lot more open world,
That's awesome.
but not as clunky as like usually open world stuff. It's like, hey, go gather all these resources for me.
That's
And
good.
apparently, it's more like an RPG too. Like the storylines for like the
Ooh.
side quests and stuff like that aren't convoluted. They're very well written. It's almost like a Witcher game.
Okay.
That's on that
Ooh.
level. That's what the reviewer
Really?
said. Yeah. So I'm excited to see that.
That's what makes or breaks a game,
Yeah,
man.
that too.
Seriously.
There was a what was that? I'm trying to remember. I played quite a bit of this. It came out early this year. Is that PS4 game, that open world that was really popular? It
Breath
came,
of the Wild. I'm
no,
joking.
That's
it's
a
a PS4.
PS4.
People compared this game to Breath of the Wild though. Horizon
Zero Dawn.
Oh my
Zero
God,
Dawn,
Zero
yeah,
Dawn, yeah.
the side quests in that game are what killed it for me. I couldn't. They were so bland. It was like, and then it was just the same two dialogue lines that people would shout at you over and over. I remember I was playing, like, I had to go rescue this girl who was on top of this cliff being chased around by some of the enemies, and she's just shouting the same 3 dialogue lines over and over. And she's like, "Hey, you rescued me, but I need you to go fetch this necklace for me on the other side, and then I'm gonna get like captured again." And then someone's like, "Hey, I need you to find these prayer beads after you walked like an hour to get to this location."
Women. You just saved my life. Can you give me a necklace?
Well, it was
oh
like
my
it was like her
God.
mother's necklace. It was like it was some treasure or something. It was like, I don't know. This whole
What do you gotta do to like bring?
the side
I
quests
love-
in that game were just like
Makes
driving
no
me insane.
sense. I love quests like World of Warcraft had quests like that. It was just like a thank you for saving my life. Can you go slaughter 13 pigs and bring me back their skins?
And it's like those enemies. Oh, and those enemies you had to like kill to rescue this NPC. They were tough to kill because you're starting out in the game. You're just like, okay, these are some of the tougher enemies that I'm not all geared for, and I'm not about to go grind to do a side quest. But it looks like I have to go like find a way to do this.
Thanks for risking your life. Now give me all your money.
And it's like, oh cool, I just saved some random
Can you
NPC.
go to-
Oh, side quest.
Thanks for
Can
thanks
you
for
walk
risking
my
your-
dog?
So it makes me happy to hear that like the new Assassin's Creed is like not terrible in that sense. It's like, oh hey, the storyline's actually fleshed out for the side
Yeah.
quest, not just NPC shouting help 3 different ways.
Help! Thank you for saving my life. Can you do my grocery shopping?
Yeah, no, I hate those
these
types of
taxes
quests.
need to be done.
It's like if I would have known that, I would have not at all helped you, or I would have just let you like I
It's
would let you
like,
die, or
yeah,
I would have
it's-
just like
no.
nope,
Cliff,
walked away.
push.
Yeah, she's on top of this giant pillar. First, I feel like, okay, how'd you get up here? I got up here because I have some really cool gear. You're just like derp to derp. I'm on this giant pillar that's
How did I-
inaccessible, and I'm
Help,
being
I'm
chased
falling.
by
See
some
my
enemies.
taxes.
How did I splunk into this 800-foot deep cave?
Oh my
Somebody
gosh.
help.
Me.
And it's like same thing. This old like 80-year-old woman who's on top of this mountain. It's like, okay, this was hard for
Grandma.
me to climb up here, and you were like, I need you to get my prayer beads on the other side of this canyon. And I'm like, how did you get from there to there? You if you got from there to there in just a short time, you can go get them yourself. Don't tell me you're too old to walk.
Grandma, who let you out the house?
Like, the
I
side
told you
quests
we
were
need to
just
get
so
assisted living.
terrible. Like, it was a good game overall from like what I played main story wise, but those side quests were just like, nope, I'm good.
Oh
No
my
thanks,
god.
fam. No thanks,
so
fam.
far all you've done to me is sold the game.
I mean, it is a good game. Graphically, it's beautiful. Gameplay, it's really good. The side quests are god awful.
Oh my god.
You heard it here.
So you heard something here. I don't even know what you heard.
Last one. We're gonna talk about Call of Duty World War II. Let's move on to that.
It's a FPS.
It's an FPS, but it's a very streamlined FPS.
Which
but
one is this?
Call of Duty World War II.
Oh.
It's they're okay. So Activision. What is it? Activision.
That's a big word. I don't know.
Activision or Treyarch.
Treyarch,
They
whatever.
alternate.
Activisionism.
Yeah. Well.
I want to say this one's Activision.
Anyways,
It's a word.
Call of Duty. So we all know what it is. It's very streamlined. One comes out every year. It's kind of gotten boring. But
Call
now,
of Duty without cybernetic enhancements that actually make the game worse.
yeah, right. And they like went back to their roots here, and like Call of Duty was supposed to be like a World War II shooter,
Yes.
and it started out to be like the first game won awards for being like the best World War II shooter ever made. And then like it went through like World War II like over and over again, but like you can go through World War II only so much. And so they went on to like make Modern Warfare, and that was like, oh my god, now we're playing in real life. And then
They did World at War, which is the last one they did that was a World War II style.
it was
World at War was great. Like you had Nazi zombies, which was probably one of the best things ever to hit Call of Duty.
Whoa.
I got something about that later on too. No, World at War was so good.
Yeah.
And I heard that
Single player was great.
It was
Multiplayer was fantastic. There's not a I think it's my favorite Call of Duty. Like
Me
everyone's
too.
like, oh, Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare. No, World at War, my
World at
favorite.
War had the best storyline. Like
Storyline's very
when you
important.
played through the Russian storyline, that was my favorite.
Yeah.
It was so
Every bit about that
well
game.
done.
Like, I want to like replay it, but it is so.
Is it an investment?
No, trying to replay it nowadays, you're just like, this is not.
looks horrible.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe. This is really chunky.
I don't care
Wow.
about like graphics.
Why-
Great graphics are awesome,
why
but
is-
if it's got good plot, I do not.
No, it has
care.
good plot, but even like trying to like the gameplay from back then, I'm like, this is. No, I can't play this again.
Dude.
Wow, why is this character that I looked up to all polygons?
And why does it feel like I'm moving through like mashed potatoes the whole time when I tilt my controller?
Can you imagine that though? Like mashed potato world. That'd be fun.
That's what World War II was all about, didn't you know?
World War II.
There's a giant
nothing but
land made
mashed
of nothing but mashed potatoes.
I was gonna say it stands for mashed
That's
potatoes.
actually what No
but
Man's
there's
Land was. It was made
no-
entirely of mashed potatoes.
That's why-
That's why
Everything falls
that's why
apart
they're
so
able to
easily.
dig out trenches so easily.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we didn't drop a nuclear bomb on Japan. We dropped just
Gravy.
a crap ton of mashed potatoes on them. And they
Gravy.
Anyways, Call of Duty World War II.
World War II. Call of Duty World War II. I was a big fan of World at War. I'm really excited to see this. For one, I actually might pick this. I haven't picked up a Call of Duty game in like 5 years.
I
or
don't think
6
I
years.
ever have.
Yeah, like the last one
It's
I picked
been a
up.
while.
It's been so long for me. Like the last one I picked up was Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare.
I think it was
2.
Black Ops 2 for me.
Really? Yeah. And Black Ops was really good too. Black
Yeah.
Ops was well done. Treyarch does amazing. Like with their Call of Duties. And I don't know if this is Treyarch, but I hope it's Treyarch because they did World at War so well. They did Black Ops so well. I'm just so excited to see what they're gonna do. I hear that this is a very, very dark game.
Ooh,
Very,
I
like,
love
not
dark stuff.
Not like horror dark,
no,
but like
dark isn't horror. Dark
but like
is
gritty and gory, like World War II type, like World at War type style. And like the color scheme is very dreary, a lot of grays, a lot of like old
Bloodborne-esque?
rundown. Kind of not as bad as Bloodborne. It's not gothic. It's more like
I'm talking about color scheme, bruh.
yeah, well, it's not gothic. Bloodborne is gothic. Not like Blood Moon. Werewolves everywhere.
Sure.
This is more like very dreary, gray, misty.
Nothing
This
like
is
that.
made by Sledgehammer, the new one is. They did Modern Warfare 3. They did Infinity War. They did Advanced Warfare. Or
Modern War.
they did Modern Warfare 3 with Infinity Ward, and they developed Advanced Warfare.
Ooh, advanced warfare.
Scary.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Modern Warfare 3 and Advanced
Now we're
Warfare weren't
playing
that
poker.
good.
No, they were probably, I think, some of the worst.
They're really bad.
A lot of games about shooting people.
Shoot. Call of Duty shoot
This
man.
is my first time. I didn't know that Black Ops was Call of Duty.
Yeah, Black
Yeah.
Ops is Call of Duty.
I don't play FPSs.
No,
Quick little sidebar, just Advanced Warfare. The best comment I ever heard about it was when they put. I'm not sure if you remember when they put that trailer out. It was like cybernetic humans are like the new thing, and there's like this huge
Sombra.
schism between people who are cybernetic and who are not cybernetic. And the creators behind Deus Ex were like, "Cool game, bruh."
Oh, was that like the same time when they released a
Dang.
new Deus Ex
Yeah,
game?
it was like the same time. They're just like, "Hey, your game looks cool."
How does that happen? Because those games take years to make.
Yeah, and they're just like,
Almost
"What's up,
all
guys?"
games take years to make, man.
What-
Except for the
what
crappy
were
ones.
Oh my god. Because they did the same thing with what was it? Like the Borderlands esque
Oh,
game.
yeah, I
War
the Borderlands.
no, it was on Borderlands. It was made by the same guys who made Borderlands.
It was made by Gearbox.
Battleborn.
Yeah, Battleborn.
And they released it at the same time that it was Overwatch.
Yeah,
It was a horror
and
move, it
no,
killed
like
it.
I honestly forgot about Battleborn entirely, and there was so much hype around that game. But at the same time, I'm like, but Overwatch, it looks way better.
Yeah. No,
Overwatch
I
is
played Battleborn. And like I loved it. I love the single player campaign.
Yeah,
It
it's
was really
not
good.
bad. It's, a
not
decent
bad
game.
at all. It's
Like,
actually really well done.
yeah, but Overwatch.
But Overwatch,
Overwatch.
you have a hero shooter, and like people, and be like, that's your main
Overwatch
concept
is
for the game, and then you're gonna be like,
best.
I'm gonna release it at the same time. We're gonna win because we're the better game.
Well, I think Overwatch is good because each shooter has their own abilities, and usually it's just like you can get it. Everyone's the same, but they get a new gun. But this one's like everyone can do something different.
Well, Battleborn's the same way. It's a
Yeah,
hero
no, it's like
shooter.
the same. Like, no, they're
No,
both.
I've never played.
They are both
do not
really
play
similar.
FPSs.
They're
That's
both very similar.
yeah, like
I
they're
do
so
not.
similar, but it's the fact where it's like just one is more appealing than the other.
That will do it.
Loot
And that's just what
boxes.
killed the game, honestly.
Yeah.
And there's so much I could talk about that releasing games at a certain time and like the whole like competition between Battleborn. If Battleborn released earlier, like a lot earlier, like a year before Overwatch, I swear to God, they would have done amazing.
Oh yeah, they would have.
Was it like Pandora and Kung Fu Panda or whatever?
Pandora,
What-
Pandaria.
And dark.
I don't know.
Pandora's the world from Avatar.
I've never watched that.
I haven't watched all the way through it actually.
It's an alright movie.
Wrong show.
This isn't Fandom Watch.
What?
Hold on, let me just take.
What do you do? Oh, totally.
Okay. That's all I have. That's all I wrote.
That's
Well-
all she wrote?
Any guys? Oh, what have you guys been playing? Let's end off with that.
I haven't been playing anything because I've been a busy college kid.
We're gamers.
I've been a busy college kid. I've been playing the game of life.
I've been playing Pocket Camp.
Oh yeah, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Oh,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Let's talk about that.
I want to.
Okay. Yeah.
That'll be the last thing we talk about though, because we gotta end. We were like.
Yeah. We actually KW and I actually got Pocket Camp early.
I want to get it early, but I don't want to get an Australian iTunes account.
Okay,
And there's
yeah.
a bit of maintenance that goes with it.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah,
So
no.
Pocket Camp was released last week
Oh, I love Animal
In
Crossing.
Australia.
in Australia, which is surprising. It wasn't even released in Japan.
That is really shocking.
Nintendo is based in Japan, and they always release
I
stuff
think what
in
happened
Japan
is it
first.
just they messed up and they didn't want to take it down because they saw that people were loving it and it was good press. And they're like, yeah, it's out. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
No,
Animal
absolutely. That's what I think
Crossing
too. Like this.
is the best.
When have they ever released anything first in Australia?
I'm sure
that's usually like
Australians
the
are
last
so
place
happy
something
about
It's
it.
usually the
goes.
last place.
Honestly, they must be so happy. They're probably like, finally,
Like yeah,
we
like
get
oh
the
my god.
love. If I could do an
Yeah,
Australian
it's
accent,
like
I
the
would.
top game for in the kids and family category, which I mean that's not a huge category that's super impressive, but it's also up there in just top games period. But
That's awesome.
I'm glad to see that the game's doing well, has a lot of good reviews going on, a lot of good ratings.
Do you guys think it's gonna take the world by storm when it reaches the U.S.? Do you think it's gonna be as big as Pokemon Go?
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Really?
I think it is.
I still play Pokemon Go. I'm like one of the only
No,
What-
ones.
Animal Crossing is like a household name, and like you
Animal
and you put it
Crossing
like
is-
free on the palm of your hand. Who's not gonna
It's
get
free.
What
free.
what I like about what I really like about Pocket Camp is you get that Animal Crossing experience, but you don't feel like it has the same amount of maintenance that other Animal Crossing games have.
No
And
Yeah.
weeds.
it? And it's like instantly accessible. That's the thing
Yeah,
with me. I
there's
couldn't-
no weeds. Your campers aren't going to leave. It's like how it works is
Your campers don't leave.
so you can recruit campers by doing a little side quest for them. It's like just giving them like fish, flowers, fruits, and then after you get their ranking up and you build a certain furniture at your campsite for them, they stay at your campsite forever. And then as you level up, like so basically whenever you do these things for your campers, you have this little friendship meter that goes up, and each time you rank up in friendship, it puts points in your overall level. And whenever your overall level goes up, you get access to more furniture, and more animals will come to the campsite. And what happens is they rotate out like every 3 hours. The different animals will like not your campsite. The ones at your
Oh.
campsite stay forever,
The
but at the different
visitors.
locations that like visit, there's different visitor animals that just every 3 hours and they rotate out.
I want this game.
So there's a lot of
bad.
variation. The animals are there, and it's like okay, if I don't see this one animal all the time, he's gonna come back. But you can always like hit them up on your character's cell phone and invite them to your campsite.
You have a cell phone?
Yeah.
Ah!
I mean,
Oh,
the
yeah,
cell
now
phone
it's not
is like
a menu. You don't do
the cell
this
phone is
when
your
you-
menu.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't do that anymore.
No,
It's
like
not
you
like-
have a cell phone.
Yeah,
so
it's
you're
like
you're
this.
out and you're like,
You're just like your character for the menu is just like this the whole time, and then the menu pops up.
That's so adorable. I want it so bad.
And it's
Is KK still in there?
yeah,
Yeah.
he is. Oh, and he stands up. That's a meme too.
yeah.
People
He
do
said-
not want to see him
He
stand
stood
up.
up before.
No, he stands though. But
He
that is
has
guitar. And
Yeah.
He has
people-
done that before.
He has.
Yes.
I'm new. to
He's
Animal
done that
Crossing.
in oh god. I think he did that in Wild World. He did that in Happy Home Designer or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done that
Okay.
before.
I
It's
think
not
he did
new.
that in Amiibo Festival too, but we don't talk about that one.
Oh, that's not even.
I love Animal Crossing.
Wasn't that like a Mario Party Animal Crossing?
It was
Yeah.
like
That's basically what it was.
basically like you got the game and you can get like 20 amiibos for like $10.
Oh.
And the amiibos are different characters you play on this board game, and the goal is to like have the most bells and own the most real estate.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Monopoly mixed with
Okay, I remember
Mario
that
Party,
one.
but it's more chill.
Do you have to do the whole thing with Tom Nook when you start the game?
No, okay. So the really cool thing
Sold!
is, you can get a loan to expand your camper, but it's like you
oh
don't really.
my god, is there still like a loaning and you pay your bill?
Yeah, to
Yeah.
expand, but you don't ever use your camper. Like I go in there sometimes and I'm like, okay, I can
Can you
decorate
decorate
this.
it?
Yeah, you can decorate it. You can get a second floor out to your camper. You can make the first floor
A
bigger.
2-story camper.
And
Animal
it's kind of
Crossing
cool because
mobile
it's like your
home.
house, but you don't really use. I don't
mobile
ever go in my
decorating.
camper. Like I decorated it once, and whenever I have extra bells, I'm like, I guess I'll pay off the loan. But
Yeah, honestly,
I
it's not
always-
as like
I have a lot of
it doesn't
money.
keep you from doing things like it did in Animal Crossing.
I
yeah,
need this game in my
Why
life.
don't you? You have all you have to do, Mary, is create an email. Hold on, I'm
Wait a
going to
moment.
explain this to you right now.
Mm.
Here's how you get the Australian Animal Crossing, and this is a cool tidbit. If you guys were watching this far,
I will
I'm
tell you the
this right
problem
now.
in your logic after you're finished feeling.
Okay.
What are you
What's
doing now?
wrong? Okay.
Oh, well, okay. I
What's
use,
wrong?
unlike most people, I actually use iTunes for my music. If I put an iTunes account on my phone that isn't the one with my music, I lose my music. It's either music or game. I chose my
You
music.
can sign back in.
You can sign back in.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I switched from my account. Sorry, I just splattered everywhere.
So can we explain how you do it real
so
quick?
didn't work?
Okay, how you get it? If you guys are watching this far, congratulations. Here's a cool little
Yeah.
Easter egg for you. Create an Australian account. For your, I don't know if this works for Android. I know there is something for.
I don't think it
Android.
works for Android.
I saw.
Oh, there is
No.
a fix.
I saw a fix. I
There is
saw
a fix?
something. It's online. Look it up. Android way to get it. There is a way to get it because I know somebody who has an Android and has it on her phone.
Okay.
You basically create an email. It can be an American email. And go into your iTunes store. Try to find the link to the Animal Crossing game. And try to open it up, and then it'll say like, we can't. This is the wrong region. You can't open up. We have to open up the Australian iTunes store. So that's the thing. You have to open up the Australian iTunes store. Then you have to create an account through the Australian iTunes store. Do that. Make sure you could put random stuff in it. Honestly, just it's a random name. I put mine. My name for my Australian account is Kangaroo Jack.
You're so great.
And mine is Australian Luke. So
Oh my
Luke.
god.
So unless you're gonna pay for something, which we don't
Mine would
pay
be
for anything
JP
through the
or-
Australian store because they're gonna find you out through your credit card and stuff.
yeah,
So
That's
that's
a
the
good
thing.
point.
So
just use like an iTunes gift card.
yeah, or I just basically put not.
Oh
That's
yeah,
a
you don't
great
have you don't
game.
even have to put a payment method.
You don't have to put a
Yeah.
payment method in. You can just have a free iTunes account. And so make that.
When is it coming out in the U.S.?
Late this month. That's all
late
we
this
really
month,
know.
actually. Yeah,
I can wait.
yeah. So
I don't
if you
want
wanna
to do
wait.
all that.
But like, if you want to get it right now, make your Australian iTunes account. Log in through that. Then you're gonna have to go back to the link, open up the link to the Animal Crossing thing, and then try to download it, and then you have it on your phone. And then you
That's
can
so
switch.
cool.
You can switch from accounts through the iTunes store too. So
Is there any benefit if I were to get it now as opposed to when everyone else gets it?
you play it immediately.
Yeah, you kind of gotta have bragging rights when everyone else is playing it. You're like, I'm
True.
level 1, so grab my camper. It's like I'm level 20 and have my campsite upgraded like 3 times.
Well, here's the
True.
thing. You have to delete your character if you're gonna get the US version.
yeah, that's true. I'm gonna keep my Australian account for that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
I might, because I want to link my Nintendo thing with my. I want to link all of my Nintendo games through my Nintendo account, so I can have all my friends on
So
my
you're just
Nintendo
playing
thing.
for no reason.
Yeah. Isn't that why we play video games?
True. The
It's
truth
basically just like
comes out.
restarting an Animal Crossing.
Well, yeah.
I
Honestly.
love Animal Crossing though. I've played Animal Crossing since the first one that released in America. I grew up on that. I was
But-
learning how to add. It taught me how to add.
So the downsides that make it a little bit of maintenance. If you do, there are in-game transactions. I have not found a use for it.
What? So
Like-
what are you paying money for?
So you get these things called leaf tickets, which will speed up. So whenever you to get furniture, you have to have the parts for it, and then you have to build it by spending bells to pay the person to build your furniture or whatever item you want for your
Okay.
campsite, and you have to wait for it to be built. Most furniture takes 1 to 2 minutes, but there's certain things that'll take a day to 3 days to make.
Oh, so that will speed up that process.
Yeah, and if you don't have the materials, you can use leaf tickets to do it.
Mm.
But I'm like, I'll just go get the materials by doing
Honestly,
side
yeah.
quests and get more
Sure.
bells, and I can
Like-
wait 12 hours for this tent
It's
to be built.
preference, convenience, or cheapness.
And it's just you can wait, and it doesn't prevent you from doing anything else. Now, and they also just hand you leaf tickets like there's no tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I have
Really?
80 right now.
What?
I've probably got. I even bought the thing for KK his chair, which is 250 leaf tickets.
How did
I've-
you do that?
You can get KK's chair.
So there's different.
He used to sit in the box.
So what happens is there's objectives. You know that little objectives screen. You will get 50 to 100 leaf tickets for doing certain objectives.
What have I been doing?
And
Oh,
and you get
yeah,
10
yeah,
leaf
yeah.
tickets
Your
every time you
time.
level
You
up.
should be getting the KK
And so one of the,
chair.
And you can get 100 if you. I made an Australian my Nintendo account to link.
What?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
because
Oh my
farther in than I
gosh, the
am.
next mile.
no. So what I did because you get 100 leaf tickets for linking the account.
Oh, that's right.
So I did that. Did all those ones that gave me 80 to 50 leaf tickets. So I maxed out the number of crafting benches I have, and I also got like KK Slider and all this other stuff that required Leaf tickets, and I'm just like, cool guys, I didn't have to put any money into this.
The game.
Oh my goodness.
This is how to hack the game, everybody. Anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up right here. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you guys enjoyed the content that we have. But before we go, that's right. That's the wrong camera. Before we go, we're gonna go ahead and talk about our sponsor, Squarespace. I'm kidding. We don't have a sponsor.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was
Blue
actually
Apron.
like believing you for a hot minute.
Let me talk to you about Squarespace for a second.
You were looking too tall, so I'm sitting up now.
Okay, so now you got me conscious. Wait, what were you going to say?
You're
What were you going to say? What were you
I'm
going to
plugging
say?
in my social media. Is
Okay.
that what we're doing?
We're gonna do that right now. So, actually, I'll let you guys plug in your own social media.
Hey, thanks.
Go do it. So,
Okay,
plug
someone's
it.
at the door. Oh, well, okay.
We're waiting on you.
You can follow me on Instagram or Snapchat. My Instagram is Sarah Loves Bears. And honestly, look up Sarah Loves Bears on any social media, and if you find it, it's me. Twitter, Sarah Loves Bears, but I hate Twitter, so don't even do that.
My Twitter is gonna be Commander Luke, spelled CMDR Luke. Snapchat is gonna be Luke Lindsay, LUKELINDSAY_12.
I have no social media. I'm kidding.
Yeah, lies.
I have all my social. Let me pull it up real quick.
Should I have spelt my social media?
Spell your social media. For real quick.
SARLOVESBEARA.
Can you spell it a bit slower?
Sarah Loves Bears.
Can you-
Sarah, SAR, loves bears. No underscore, no space, no nothing.
And there'll also be a lower third down below, so you can
Yeah.
see all of our stuff right
Look
here.
it, it's right there.
I'll put links, and I'll have to edit this.
Uh-huh.
All right, so I have tons of stuff. I even play games on Twitch whenever I have free time.
It's true.
And
You should watch it.
I love to live stream. And I've gotten drunk on my live stream
Yeah,
one time, and I passed
It's
out.
hysterical.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
Oh yeah, that's what I
I
meant.
cannot drink Fireball anymore.
It
Um,
was.
Okay, so my Instagram is Coda White. That's KODA_WHYTE. My Twitter handle is @Coda White. KODAWHYTE. My Twitch name is. Can you guess it?
Is
Coda-
it Coda White?
It's Coda White.
Oh.
KODAWHYTE.
I was gonna be
Um,
friggin' something different.
What about my Snapchat? Can you guess my Snapchat?
Pokemon Lover 12.
You got it. My mom's calling.
So did my mom.
Oh my god, our
Ah!
My mom just doesn't love me.
Dang.
Sorry, mom.
Yeah, I know.
All right, well, we need to wrap.
No, my
He's not done
Snapchat.
plugging.
My Snapchat, and I can't plug until I see my Snapchat.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. Koji, my Snapchat is Koji3212. That's KOJII3212, and that's it. And I'll
Pro
leave it right.
tip.
Pro
Coda
tips.
White stands for KW, which is his name.
No, it stands for Kanye West. Or Killer Whales.
I hate Kanye West. He ripped off
Anyways,
Daft Punk.
that's Showdown. Hey!
Hey!
We did it. We had fun.
Yeah.
Few laughs. Join us
I
next
laughed
week.
a lot.
We'll be here.
Cool.
Stay classy.
Stay classy.
Keep it central at UCentral. Thank you for joining us at Bronco 411.
Peace out, home dog.
Are we just let's do the thing where we're like pretending to talk, like haha, yeah, like this is fine.
Yeah,
it's
this
fine.
is like really great.
It's
We're just
great. We're
totally
having
having meaningful
fun.
conversation.
Okay.
Totally
right now.
natural conversation. Like
Yeah, let's just yeah, it's great.
It's summertime!
and we're done.
Yeah,